What you just saw was a Christmas gift that I created on a pre-made travel packing bags with the designs that I created myself. All 6 designs took 15 minutes with embroidery.us web application. You can do this too. You have 2 options. You could either go and download all 6 designs for free with the link that I put in the comments and the descriptions of this video. You could also use the web application embroidery.us to create your own design. Upon sign up, you will get 10 free credits to download 10 of your designs that you created with however many try and error that you wish. What comes next is a tutorial on how to use this web application to create your own designs in a matter of minutes. Hello. Today I'm coming for a new tutorial with a lot of energy. Right before recording this video, I got the nicest review of the software. Let me read it to you. This software is unbelievable. I have been digitizing for over 20 years and have spent hours creating designs that the system created in a matter of minutes without me doing anything but hit a few keys. This is so heartwarming. I'm not gonna name her for sake of her privacy, but thank you so much. A couple years ago, I got this gift from Etsy, I think, that they had travel bags of different sizes. One of them was for laundry, the biggest one, smaller one was for electronics, and I think there was like 4 pieces of that. I paid $70, but it was all worth it because when my partner opened the gift, he absolutely loved it and it was a huge hit. I'm a bit lazy. I want to do it fast. I want to do it cheap. What I did, instead of spending a whole lot of money on that idea, I got $20 pre-made bags. These are bags that compress your laundry as well. And I'm planning to embroider some designs that sort of cutely indicate that what this bag is for. And I have a lot of hope that'll be a big hit. However, I don't want to risk this fabric. I have never stitched on this one. So I want to try it before actually go and ruin this potentially. So what I have an old bag. Let me bring it. There it is. So I have an old bag, kind of similar fabric. So I'm going to try it on the back of this backpack and see if it'll turn out good. All right, let's get started. All you need to do now is to type the address of our domain in the browser, embroidery.us, and that's all you need to access this app. No dongles, no software download or installation. So for one of my bags, I want to create a camisole, things that I put my accessories in. So say a single camisole, a single belt, right? And I want them to kind of like be illustration of that. Let me see, illustration of a single camisole and a single belt. The more details in the prompt, the more accurate what you get. Take a second. Now it's converting the image into different styles. There is no login needed. There is no payment needed. You could do the process all the way to the end, and if you didn't like the stitch files, you just don't need to download it. Okay, this is interesting. So what I wanted was a separate belt and a separate camisole, but I mean, this is cool too. So what I can do here, let me make sure that the detail amount that I see here is reflected into the illustration. This is cool, but it's a little bit complex. I wanted something simpler and lighter because I'm not sure how my fabric is going to take heavy stitching. Fewer details. This is cool. Maybe I want a little bit more. I want to capture the shadows. This seems like a good option. Going to stitch it. I use 6x6. That's how big my current machine is. This is the part that takes the longest, anything between 30 seconds to sometimes for complex field designs 5 to 6 minutes. But I'm expecting for this design to be a bit easier. All right, this is pretty cool. Even though some of the styles that you see are approximation of how the stitch would actually look like, but this one came out pretty close. I absolutely love this one. I'm going to download it. And this was also saved in my library, so anytime, anywhere, as long as I'm logged in, I could come back to the library and download what I had. Now I can just go ahead and directly stitch the files on my machine. The formats that you download covers almost all the machines, and that's pretty quick. However, I have a free software, InkStitch, which is a plugin on Inkscape, which is also free. And I just want to look at my design, see the number of stitches, see the density before I put it on the machine, but that's an optional step. All right, let's go. Here's the file that I downloaded. I unzip it. It's different for different operating systems. My computer is a Mac, so as long as I double click on it, it would unzip the file and I can access what's in it. So for PNG, I can see how the stitches look like. My machine is a Brother, so PS is the format that works for me. You don't need to be able to see this on your computer. The machine will be able to interpret it, so directly you can go to the machine. However, I do have the software InkStitch, so I can double click on it and actually go and see. So when I open my design by double clicking on .pes, this is what this stitch would look like. Here you can see the trims, but in the software it is interpreted as jump stitches. Some more modern machines would actually interpret these correctly as trims, but some might actually create jump stitches instead of trim. In that case, we could just go and clean up the design with scissors. I could also simulate the design. If I go to extensions, InkStitch is a plugin that is for embroidery, and then I'll have the simulation. It'll take a little bit to create the simulation, and finally it runs it this way. So I have 6,000 stitches here. This is gonna be a bit on a denser side that I wanted it, but I really like this kind of more bold lines that shows higher shadow versus the lighter ones that kind of is more of a lighter texture. Alright, stitching is done in 16 minutes. I stitched it on this test piece with white thread. So when I was putting it on the frame, it was so slippery, and I figured I'm gonna need some sort of backing. What I had sitting around was felt, but I don't know what's the kind of optimal backing. You let me know what would be the best backing for this sort of thin slippery fabric. I'm sure it has a technical name. Yeah, let me know if you have a recommendation in the comments. I'm super happy with how it turned out. It could potentially be simpler. I could have adjusted the fine details to be a bit simpler, but I quite like it. Great. Now I'm going to stitch this design on my main piece, which is the travel packing bag that I purchased. Again, if you'd like the design, this one and the other 5 designs you saw in the beginning of the video, go to the link in the comments or the description of the video to download them for free. Don't forget to subscribe to get notification when I'll have new videos for you, where you can find more tutorials and links to more free designs. Thank you for listening.